You are so funny. I will definitely get over it like that. We were just discussing, this is Malcolm White. We're at Howlin' Mouse. We're going to be talking about what year are we in?
I think it's 41.
Woo! The Miles
I've quit
St.
counting,
Patrick's
as
Day
they say.
Parade, which y'all know we love to showcase that. And as you know, I broke my foot 5 months ago, and I'm having a little vlog stage fright. This is like my third or fourth one. I think this is my third one in 5 months, and he's like, I just told him that, and that's why he scared me. It made me laugh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That broke the ice. All right, if you're not familiar with the parade, the biggest parade, I mean, in the Southeast, I think, as far as the St. Patrick's Day Parade goes, you're about to hear a little bit of information. I know you've watched our stories in the past. We've been doing this since 2018, and we did not do it the year of COVID, but I did come up here and do my own, had my pink party hat on, did my own.
That's right.
And that was a lot of
That
fun.
was
But
good.
we want to hear, I don't know very much about it. I do know the date, but we want to hear about it from you. First off, thank you for joining me and telling us about this parade. Give us a little synopsis about the parade for those who don't know about it.
We started in 1983, just sort of a whim. I was in between day jobs, and I had decided that I wanted to create my own business. I wanted to create this business of producing events, having special events, festivals, booking bands, that sort of stuff. I'd been running George Street for a number of years. So I took a little time off from that, and I created a bunch of events in a short period of time. Wells Fest.
Oh, wow.
I was a part of Jubilee Jam, Zoo Blues, St. Patty's Day Parade, a thing called Christmas by the River. There were just all these events that I was just sort of putting out there.
Wow.
And this one stuck, some didn't. This one was sort of embraced generally by all early on. Now, we did do the first one on a Thursday in downtown Jackson. It caused a major snafu with the Jackson Police Department and traffic. Because back then, you know, in '83, downtown Jackson was packed with office goers and offices and people. And every day was a mad rush to get out of downtown and get back to where people live. So we shut that down. I got a permit for a 4:30 parade on a Thursday from CS's to George Street, and I failed to mention that we were going to go all the way to Capitol Street, come up Capitol Street, back down to George Street. So anyway, I got on the phone, called a bunch of friends, said, hey, let's have a parade. Jill Connor Brown was one of my great friends at that time and still is, and I called her and I said, hey, Jill, I'm thinking about having a St. Patty's Day parade. And she said, great, I'll be a sweet potato queen. And I was like, oh, okay.
I love that.
The rest is history. I called a bunch of friends. We got the Blues Boys on a truck. We got Stroh's Beer. We got Capital City Beverage. We got old JDX Radio. Marshall McGee was my sponsor. We just recently lost Marshall. God rest his soul. Got together a bunch of friends. Everybody dressed up. We went up to CS's, got in a line, had a police escort all the way into downtown, up Capitol Street. And the cars and people were backed up and they were honking their horns and waving. And I thought, this is great. You know, people are so excited about the parade. Well, I found out the next day in the newspaper and on the radio and TV that these people were all mad as hell.
They're trying to get you to move.
They wanted to go home. And our little parade shut downtown down, and we got all this publicity, and I was smart enough to see, oh, this is great. I'm going to start talking about next year. So I told the police department and told the city, you know, that if they give me a permit the next year, I'd move it to a Saturday. And so from then on, it was the third Saturday of March for many years, and now we're on the fourth Saturday.
The fourth Saturday.
Because there was a lot of people asking me to move it away from spring break, which is always the third Saturday. So March 24th, we'll be rolling for the 41st time down the street. We've sort of been following the same route now for a number of years. We start at Court and State. We go to the old Capitol, take a left on Capitol Street, go down Capitol Street to Lamar and over to Court again, and then come back up Court. So it's a nice big square. So that's our route. Our theme this year is telling the Mississippi story.
Ooh, I love it.
And our Grand Marshal is Walt Grayson.
And who better to tell the story than Walt?
One of our master storytellers.
He's amazing.
So those are some of the details. We have so many events. We start the weekend before, actually, with the Run for the Rainbow, which is a relatively new addition. A marathon, a half marathon, a 5K, a 10K, and a fun run, all going on the Saturday before.
Oh, okay.
And all of that benefiting Children's of Mississippi, which has been our beneficiary for 30 of these 41 years. So that's an exciting addition. We now have 2 weekends instead of one.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
We had over 700 runners last year, and we're anticipating 1,500 this year.
Oh, well, are we having the pet parade again and also the kids?
Oh, yeah, always. On parade day, but of course, even before that, on Friday night, we have the Stomp, which starts at Cathead Brewery.
Yeah.
And we walk over to Hal and Mal's, and there's bands playing, there's music in the restaurant, there's music at Cathead. It's kind of a kickoff.
Right.
And then on Saturday morning early, we start lining up the floats at 7 a.m. The Children's Parade, the Pet Parade, the Children's Festival all go on down by Thalia and the Mississippi Museum of Art at that end of town. We try to keep the family activities on that end of town and the adult activities up here by Hal and Mal's and Martin's, where we have an after party, a pre-party, party all weekend long. So we hope people will come out, join the parade. It's a lot of the new ideas this year are that we're trying to get more marching bands. We do have the Sonic Boom of the South.
Oh, we do?
Absolutely.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
We've got a couple of high school bands. We're trying to get some college bands. I really want more marching bands. So that's an initiative that we've been working on, and we've made some success. We hope to make more success next year. We've also found a company that rents these professionally built floats for people who don't want to have to build a float. They just want to step on a float and go.
Yeah.
And 4 or 5 companies, 4 or 5 groups around town have rented these floats. So you'll see a little bit different look. You'll see the usual floats, which is our mainstay, our regulars.
Right.
And then you'll see some new floats, some more marching bands. And so we're really excited about all of that.
Well, I'm excited too. I love that y'all do this for us every single year. Listen, this is a production. It takes a team of, I don't even know how many. I've been watching their posts. I don't like to know all the details because I love when Malcolm comes on and tells us. But I've been watching some of the things I didn't know about the parade. You can rent the parade, which is awesome. So if you had a group,
the floats,
excuse me. You can rent the float. If you had a group of people, you could do that. But I just love that we all come together. This is like a family reunion for a lot of people. They come home for the weekend, starting about Friday night. A lot of my friends will stay down here in the hotels, and they'll do all the parties that goes on. So it does start.
They tailgate.
Yeah,
we got
tailgate.
tailgaters who start Friday at noon, set up, and they're there till Sunday morning.
And you'll see that on every single corner, but then you also see the great food trucks.
Right. Food trucks, vendors. There's something going on all over downtown throughout the weekend. We drew 50,000 or so people. We don't really know because there's no accounting of them. It's a free event.
Right.
And then we have the after party. We have 3 or 4 bands and DJs and a huge party between Hal and Mal's and Martin's afterwards. That is historic. We've been doing that a long time. It's a lot of fun. It's a not to miss. The pre-parade party that goes on inside Hal and Mal's is great. Martin's has a real late night thing.
And that's to the public. It's just a paid-for event. Okay, good.
The only thing you have to pay for is to get into the after party.
Okay, gotcha.
Up until that moment, everything is free.
Okay, gotcha.
So
to get in.
The one and only, what we call the one and only income generator, or fundraising, corporate sponsorships, and the after party. Everything else is free, and everything else is a nonprofit. We created the parade to be a nonprofit 4 years ago. We have our fund at the Community Foundation for Mississippi, and anyone who donates, any of our sponsors, all of their money is tax deductible. It all goes to the Community Foundation for Mississippi, and then all proceeds go to Children's of Mississippi. Last year, we presented them with a $100,000 check, and
wow,
we hope to beat that this year.
Yeah.
So lots going on. It's a real I call it the rites of spring. It's sort of Jackson's kickoff to spring and summer. You know, we're not really a Mardi Gras town, but for whatever reason, we are a St. Patty's town. And,
I think it's the beer.
it could be.
Well, I'm excited about it, and I'll post all this information. I'll also post the links, tag the links where you can look at the information yourself. Get here early if you want to get a good spot to see the parade. Get you some beads, post everything, do your hashtags, let them know that you're here, give money. You can't come, you can always donate to the hospital, so for the children, so do that. That's what this whole thing is about. It is a lot of fun, but there's, what is it called, Behind the Madness? There's reason behind the madness of why we do what we do. So stay tuned. Look for me. I'll be out there somewhere. I don't know if I'll have that pink party hat on again this year. I'm not sure.
Of course you will.
You know I will.
Of
That's
course.
a must, but I'll definitely be loaded with beads. So get down here. Bring your families. Like you said, I got to do the family thing several years ago. My family came in from Ohio and from Texas, and I got to see a whole different side of it,
Yeah,
which
it's
was
another,
so much fun.
another whole side of the
Yes,
weekend.
it was so much fun around there to see the kids and there was like this guy with a monkey, and he was, you know, participating with it with a crowd. It was amazing. So any part of the parade that you can come to, come. It's always a lot of fun. So if you have any questions, always I'll give you the tag. You can message them. Anything else?
Well, just Google or search Hal's St. Patty's Parade, Jackson, Mississippi. All the information is there. If you want to donate, if you want to rent a float, if you want to march in the parade, if you want to have your crew there, if you want to go to the children's festival, if you want to have your pet in the pet parade, anything that you want to do is available to you between the 2 weekends, the 3rd and 4th Saturday in March, right here, downtown Jackson. Be there.
Or be square.
or be a leprechaun.
Oh, that's a good thing. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us, and we'll see you around the town.